In Hollywood, youth isn't just admired, it's demanded. For many actors, staying on top meant looking younger than their birth certificates would allow. In a business where fine lines can cost careers, some quietly turn to plastic surgery to keep their place in the spotlight. These are the confirmed, unvarnished stories of 17 actors who used cosmetic procedures to hide their real age. 1. Jane Fonda. Jane Fonda's career spans more than 6 decades, yet her face tells a different story, one of careful preservation. By the 2000s, the Oscar-winning actress was candid about undergoing cosmetic procedures, including work on her eyes, jawline, and a facelift. In interviews with Vanity Fair and The Guardian, she acknowledged that Hollywood's unforgiving attitude toward aging women influenced her decisions. Her enhancements were subtle but strategic. Fonda avoided drastic alterations, instead focusing on tightening and smoothing that maintained her natural features while subtracting years from her appearance. This allowed her to continue portraying sophisticated, commanding characters well into her 70s and 80s. Yet, the choice weighed on her. She admitted discomfort with the societal pressure that pushed her toward surgery, later vowing to stop further procedures and embrace her natural aging process. The results of those earlier surgeries remain part of her public image. Today, when she walks a red carpet, her confident posture, impeccable style, and seemingly ageless face still draw admiration. Unlike many peers who deny any work, Fonda's transparency has fueled a broader conversation about beauty standards in Hollywood. For her, these procedures weren't about vanity alone. They were a survival tactic in a fiercely competitive industry. Reflecting on her journey, she has expressed hope that younger women won't feel the same pressure she once did. Yet her story remains a reminder that, in Hollywood, talent can win awards, but appearance still often determines longevity. 2. Courteney Cox. In the 1990s, Courteney Cox became a household name as Monica on Friends. Her wide eyes and fresh smile became part of the show's charm, immortalized in syndication. But as the years passed, Cox began to feel the pressure to preserve that same look. Approaching her late 40s, she sought cosmetic treatments, fillers, Botox, and laser work to keep her features youthful. Initially, the changes were subtle, but over time the accumulation of procedures altered her expression. Her cheeks appeared fuller, her skin tighter, and the easy familiarity of her face seemed different. Cox later admitted she had gone too far. In a 2017 interview, she recalled how friends gently pointed out that she no longer looked like herself. The realization was sobering. Determined to reverse course, she had her fillers dissolved. "I didn't realize I looked strange," she said, admitting the addictive nature of just one more tweak. Since then, she has focused on minimal, non-invasive treatments and skincare to maintain a natural look. Her openness has made her something of a cautionary example in Hollywood, showing that even small enhancements can accumulate to unintended extremes. Today, Cox embraces the lines and features that tell her real story, proving that authenticity can be more powerful than the illusion of eternal youth. 3. Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton has built her brand on sparkle, sequins, big hair, and a personality as bright as her smile. She's equally famous for her candor about cosmetic work. Over the years, she has acknowledged multiple procedures, facelifts, eye work, breast augmentation, and more. "If I see something saggin', baggin', or draggin', I'm gonna have it nipped, tucked, or sucked," she once joked. For Parton, these surgeries weren't about hiding in shame. They were about preserving a carefully crafted image that fans had come to expect. Her look has always been larger than life, and a youthful face was essential to that presentation. Maintaining her signature appearance meant blending artistry with medical enhancement, ensuring that the woman on stage matched the vibrant spirit in the songs. Her frankness stands out in an industry where many downplay or deny cosmetic work. Parton has made her enhancements part of her persona, reframing them as self-expression rather than desperation. Still, the motivation was practical. In show business, especially in music videos and television appearances, an aging face can subtly change how audiences perceive a performer. By controlling her image through surgery, Parton ensured that her stage presence remained as dazzling as it was in her youth. In doing so, she turned what could have been a whispered secret into a celebrated aspect of her legacy. Proof that confidence can make even the most obvious alterations feel authentic. 4. Sharon Osbourne. Sharon Osbourne, television personality and wife of rock legend Ozzy Osbourne, has been unapologetically open about her cosmetic history. Over decades in the spotlight, she has undergone multiple facelifts, tummy tucks, and other enhancements. Her most talked-about procedure came in October 2021, when she revealed that her latest facelift left her temporarily looking like one of those mummies you see in horror films. Osbourne's motivation was straightforward: to project an energetic, polished image in a career that keeps her in front of millions. Her work as a talk show host, talent judge, and media figure meant that her face was part of her brand. Yet, she's been equally vocal about the downsides. Some surgeries cause discomfort, prolonged swelling, and regret. Despite the risks, her public persona, sharp-tongued, glamorous, and seemingly ageless, owes much to these procedures. She's admitted that the pressure to maintain a certain appearance in Hollywood is relentless, especially for women past middle age. Over time, however, she has suggested she's done with major surgeries, preferring less invasive treatments. By speaking so frankly about her experiences, both good and bad, Osbourne has demystified cosmetic work for many viewers. Her story serves as both a caution and a testament. In the entertainment industry, the pursuit of youth can be costly, but for those like Osbourne, it has also been part of a deliberate image-defining strategy. 5. Kris Jenner. As the matriarch of the Kardashian-Jenner empire, Kris Jenner has built a career on visibility. Whether managing her daughter's brands or starring on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, her face has been a constant on screens worldwide. Over the years, Jenner has openly admitted to various cosmetic procedures, including a televised facelift in 2011. The surgery was not hidden in a backroom clinic. It was broadcast to millions, framed as preparation for Kim Kardashian's wedding. Jenner's goal was clear. She wanted to look as youthful and polished as the image-conscious family she manages. She has credited both her facelift and ongoing non-surgical treatments, Botox, fillers, laser resurfacing, with helping her maintain that signature fresh-faced look. In interviews, she's explained that in Hollywood's media-heavy environment, appearance is part of the job description, especially when your brand is tied to glamour and lifestyle marketing. Her approach has been proactive rather than reactive. By addressing the signs of aging early and consistently, Jenner has avoided the drastic transformations that sometimes come from waiting too long between procedures. Critics have occasionally accused her of going too far, but Jenner insists her enhancements have helped her feel confident in an industry that magnifies every wrinkle. For Kris Jenner, plastic surgery isn't about chasing youth in secret. It's about keeping pace with a family whose public image is built on looking flawless. She's turned what many treat as taboo into a strategic business choice, showing that in the Kardashian universe, image is as carefully managed as any brand deal. 6. Kylie Jenner. Kylie Jenner entered the public eye as a teenager on Keeping Up with the Kardashians. By her late teens, she faced intense scrutiny over her appearance, particularly her lips. Fans speculated endlessly about whether she had undergone enhancements until Jenner confirmed in 2015 that she had gotten temporary lip fillers. She explained she was self-conscious about her natural lip shape and wanted more volume. While Kylie framed the decision as a personal confidence boost, the timing coincided with her building a beauty empire. The fuller lips became her signature look, sparking global trends and fueling the success of Kylie Cosmetics. Though the procedure was initially modest, her enhanced appearance also contributed to a more mature look, making it harder for audiences to guess her real age. Over the years, Kylie has been open about her fillers, admitting to dissolving and refilling them to adjust the shape. While she's denied having major surgical work on other facial features, the combination of makeup, styling, and subtle cosmetic tweaks has helped her project an image well beyond her years at various points in her career. Her case illustrates how modern celebrity aesthetics can blur age perception. By altering one facial feature, Kylie shifted her entire public persona, creating a more grown-up appearance that became inseparable from her brand. In a sense, her fillers didn't just change her look, they accelerated her public transformation from reality TV teen to global business mogul. 7th. Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian's rise to fame transformed beauty standards worldwide. Known for her flawless skin, contoured cheekbones, and youthful glow, she has long faced questions about whether her appearance is entirely natural. In a 2010 Nightline interview, Kardashian admitted to using Botox but denied having a nose job or other major surgeries at that time. Her use of Botox was strategic, focusing on maintaining a smooth, expressive face while avoiding the stiffness often associated with overuse. Kim's business empire, from reality TV to beauty products, relies heavily on her image, so staying youthful has been a calculated part of her career. Industry insiders have pointed out that her meticulous skincare regimen, combined with non-invasive procedures, allows her to maintain an age-defying look well into her 40s. Over the years, Kim has also been rumored to have had other subtle enhancements, though she has publicly maintained that her bone structure is natural. What is clear, however, is that her investment in cosmetic maintenance has kept her appearance consistent over more than a decade, an impressive feat in an industry where aging is often more visible. Her willingness to admit to certain procedures while keeping others private reflects a savvy understanding of brand management. By controlling the narrative, Kim maintains both the aspirational element of her beauty and the mystery that keeps audiences engaged. Whether through Botox, skin tightening, or other treatments, her approach shows how cosmetic procedures can be carefully integrated into a long-term career strategy. 8. Nicole Kidman. Nicole Kidman's porcelain skin and wrinkle-free complexion have been a point of fascination for years. In the mid-2000s, rumors swirled that she had been using Botox. In 2013, she confirmed it, telling La Repubblica that she had tried Botox but didn't like the effect. Explaining it left her face without expression. Kidman said she has since sworn off the injections, opting for natural skin care, sun protection, and healthy living to maintain her look. Still, her brief foray into Botox demonstrates how even acclaimed actors with prestigious careers feel the pull of Hollywood's youth obsession. For someone like Kidman, whose work often relies on subtle facial expressions, the frozen look created by Botox was a professional liability. Even without ongoing injections, her skin remains remarkably smooth for her age, a result of genetics, disciplined self-care, and possibly other non-invasive treatments she hasn't publicly confirmed. The episode sparked broader discussion about how cosmetic procedures can affect an actor's craft. Kidman's admission was refreshingly straightforward, in an industry where many dodge such questions. By acknowledging both the appeal and the drawbacks of Botox, she highlighted the difficult balance between maintaining a youthful appearance and preserving the tools of one's performance. Her story shows that hiding one's age through cosmetic work can come at a cost, especially when one's livelihood depends on authenticity in every facial movement. 9. Gwyneth Paltrow. Gwyneth Paltrow has long been associated with natural beauty, wellness, and her lifestyle brand, Goop. But even she hasn't escaped the pull of Hollywood's cosmetic culture. In a 2013 Harper's Bazaar interview, Paltrow candidly admitted she had tried Botox and immediately regretted it, saying it made her look crazy. The frozen effect clashed with her preference for subtlety and natural expression. She swore off Botox after that experience, instead turning to other non-invasive treatments to keep her skin youthful. Over the years, she has mentioned microcurrent facials, laser resurfacing, and injectables like Xeomin, a Botox alternative, which she later endorsed publicly. By choosing treatments that offered a more natural finish, Paltrow maintained her image while still fighting the visible signs of aging. Her admission was important because it broke the illusion that even Hollywood's natural beauties avoid cosmetic enhancements entirely. Paltrow framed her procedures not as an act of vanity, but as a form of self-care, a way to feel comfortable in her own skin while maintaining the polished look expected of a leading lady. She's also been strategic in how she discusses the topic. By openly sharing what didn't work for her, Paltrow positioned herself as relatable to women wary of overdone results. At the same time, her endorsement of more subtle methods kept her brand aligned with the wellness-oriented image she has cultivated for decades. For Paltrow, cosmetic intervention became less about chasing youth at all costs and more about carefully managing how she aged in the public eye. 10th. Bella Hadid. Bella Hadid's transformation from fresh-faced teenager to international supermodel sparked years of speculation about cosmetic surgery. In 2022, she ended the rumors by admitting to Vogue that she had undergone a rhinoplasty at just 14 years old. She explained the decision came from lifelong insecurity about her nose, but later expressed regret, saying she wished she had kept her natural features. While the procedure was not directly marketed as a way to hide her age, the effect was striking. The more refined nose, combined with styling and makeup, gave her a mature, high-fashion look that belied her youth. In the modeling world, projecting an older, more sophisticated image can open doors, and Hadid's career trajectory after the surgery speaks to how effective that shift can be. Hadid has denied having work done on other facial features, attributing changes to makeup contouring, weight fluctuation, and natural aging. Still, her early surgery sparked conversations about how young is too young for cosmetic work, and whether teens can fully grasp the long-term consequences of altering their appearance. Her openness about her regret has made her a rare voice in the industry, where most stars either deny enhancements or avoid addressing them entirely. For Hadid, the surgery may have fast-tracked her professional image, but it also left her wondering what her adult face might have looked like if she had let time, not a surgeon, shape it. 11. Kaley Cuoco, best known for The Big Bang Theory, has been refreshingly open about her cosmetic procedures. In interviews, she's confirmed having a nose job, breast augmentation, and a filler procedure for a deep neckline. She's called her breast surgery the best thing I ever did, crediting it with boosting her confidence early in her career. Cuoco's honesty is rare in Hollywood, where many stars deny or downplay enhancements. She's explained that her decisions were not about changing her identity, but about feeling her best in an industry where she's constantly on display. The breast augmentation, done in her early 20s, subtly enhanced her figure without drastically altering her look, while the rhinoplasty refined her profile. Both changes helped her maintain a youthful, camera-ready appearance well into her 30s. The neck filler, though a smaller procedure, addressed a line she had disliked since childhood, proof that even small tweaks can have a big impact on confidence. Cuoco has stressed that she never did these surgeries to land a job, but rather for her own satisfaction. Still, in an industry that scrutinizes every detail, the improvements likely helped her age more gracefully on screen. Her transparency has made her something of an advocate for owning your choices. She's quick to warn against doing surgery for anyone else's approval, but equally firm in defending her own decisions. Cuoco's case shows that for some actors, plastic surgery isn't about denying age so much as shaping how they grow into it. 12. Kenny Rogers. Country music legend Kenny Rogers was known for his warm voice and rugged charm, qualities that endeared him to fans for decades. But in the early 2000s, his appearance began to change dramatically. Rogers later admitted to having an eyelid lift, telling People magazine in 2006 that he was unhappy with the results. The surgery, meant to refresh his eyes and reduce drooping skin, ended up altering the shape of his eyes more than he anticipated. Rogers said he felt the procedure made him look less like himself, and he expressed regret over having done it. His honesty struck a chord with fans, many of whom had noticed the difference but appreciated his willingness to acknowledge it. Rogers explained that his motivation was partly professional. In a visual industry, even for a musician, a youthful look can help maintain marketability, especially when appearing in music videos, TV specials, and public performances. At the time, he felt the surgery would keep him looking energetic and approachable. While he continued performing successfully until his retirement, the eyelid surgery became a cautionary tale about the risks of altering one's appearance. Rogers' openness about his regret offered a rare, unvarnished perspective on the pressure entertainers face to look younger. In the end, his legacy rests on his music, but his experience remains part of the broader conversation about cosmetic surgery's role in managing, and sometimes complicating, celebrity aging. 13. Cardi B's rise from Bronx stripper to Grammy-winning rap superstar has been defined by blunt honesty, and that extends to her plastic surgery history. She has openly discussed getting illegal butt injections before fame, a risky procedure she later admitted was dangerous and painful. In 2019, she also revealed having a breast augmentation after giving birth, citing changes to her body. Her openness about cosmetic work is almost disarming in an industry that often hides it. Cardi has explained that these choices were about confidence and presentation, the ability to look the way she envisioned herself. In her case, the procedures also helped her maintain a bold, glamorous persona that became central to her brand. While not all her surgeries were aimed strictly at hiding age, Cardi has acknowledged the role cosmetic work plays in keeping a fresh look under constant media scrutiny. As she's moved into her 30s, she's spoken about dissolving certain fillers and removing dangerous biopolymers from her body, a shift towards safer, more sustainable beauty upkeep. Her story underscores a key truth. In the public eye, age perception is shaped not only by facial lines, but by the overall image an artist projects. For Cardi, cosmetic enhancements have been a calculated part of staying at the top of her game, even as she evolves her look to match her career's next chapter. 14. Joe Jonas. Joe Jonas, one-third of the Jonas Brothers, surprised many when he publicly admitted to using injectables. In 2022, he became a spokesperson for Xeomin, an alternative to Botox used to reduce frown lines. Jonas said the decision was about looking refreshed rather than frozen, and about maintaining his youthful energy on stage and on camera. At just over 30, Jonas wasn't battling deep wrinkles, but in an industry where boy band nostalgia is tied to youthful faces, even subtle signs of aging can change audience perception. By addressing small lines early, Jonas maintained the forever young image fans associated with the band's early days. His openness was strategic. By framing injectables as part of self-care, Jonas positioned himself as part of a new wave of male celebrities normalizing cosmetic work. For years, such procedures were considered a women's secret. His transparency challenged that stereotype. While his enhancements are subtle enough to avoid major public debate, they reflect a broader shift in celebrity culture. Men, too, are using cosmetic treatments to slow the clock. For Jonas, it's about keeping his stage presence and brand consistent as he navigates the transition from teen idol to adult performer without losing the visual cues that helped build his career. 15. Chrissy Teigen. Chrissy Teigen's modeling and TV career has thrived on her playful, unfiltered personality, and she's applied that same candor to her cosmetic history. In 2021, Teigen revealed she had undergone buccal fat removal, a procedure that slims the cheeks for a more sculpted look. She also has spoken openly about liposuction under her arms, breast augmentation in her early 20s, and breast implant removal years later. For Teigen, these changes were about aligning her appearance with how she felt inside: vibrant, youthful, and camera-ready. In the highly visual world of modeling and television, where lighting and high-definition cameras expose every detail, maintaining a polished look can be a form of job security. Her buccal fat removal, in particular, created a sharper jawline that subtly reduced any signs of aging in her mid-face. Though she joked about the decision on social media, it reflected a calculated approach to shaping her public image. By being transparent, Teigen has reframed the conversation about cosmetic work from something shameful to something personal. She's made it clear that these procedures are her choice, not something she feels compelled to hide. In doing so, she's helped normalize the idea that even high-profile models sometimes rely on surgical tweaks to maintain their edge in an image-driven industry. 16. Khloe Kardashian. For years, Khloe Kardashian faced intense scrutiny over her changing appearance. Rumors swirled about possible nose jobs and other procedures, but in 2021, during the Keeping Up with the Kardashians reunion, she confirmed she'd had one nose job and regular facial injections. Khloe explained that the decision came from a desire to refine her features, particularly after years of public comparison to her sisters. The surgery gave her a slimmer, more defined nose, subtly harmonizing her facial proportions and lending her an overall more youthful look. Her openness marked a departure from years of speculation and denials often seen in celebrity culture. She credited Dr. Raj Kanodia, a well-known Beverly Hills surgeon, and emphasized that she wasn't hiding her choice. It was simply a personal decision to feel more confident. In Khloe's case, the change was subtle enough to avoid dramatically altering her identity, yet significant enough to refresh her appearance. Combined with ongoing skincare, fitness, and non-invasive treatments, the result has helped her maintain a polished image, despite the relentless magnification of her every flaw by tabloids and social media. Her story is a reminder that in Hollywood, the line between personal choice and public perception is razor thin, and owning your decisions can be the most empowering move of all. 17. Simon Cowell. Simon Cowell, the famously blunt talent show judge, has always been image-conscious. For years, his smooth, wrinkle-free face fueled speculation about heavy Botox use. In 2022, Cowell confirmed he had gone a bit too far with injectables, admitting they left his face looking unnatural. He eventually had the fillers dissolved. Cowell explained that his wake-up call came when he didn't recognize himself in a photograph. That moment prompted a shift toward more natural, minimal treatments. His willingness to acknowledge overdoing it and to reverse course made headlines, partly because male celebrities rarely admit to cosmetic regrets. While his procedures were primarily about looking fresh on TV, they also helped him maintain the energy and confidence that have defined his on-screen persona. The smoother skin and fuller features erased signs of fatigue and age that might have softened his famously sharp image. Today, Cowell says he focuses on healthy living and subtle enhancements rather than dramatic interventions. His journey illustrates a common arc in Hollywood, starting with small tweaks, escalating to extremes, then retreating to a middle ground that balances self-image with authenticity. In his case, the lesson was clear. Looking youthful means nothing if you no longer look like yourself. In Hollywood, the clock is always ticking. For these 17 actors, plastic surgery became a tool, sometimes a shield, sometimes a gamble, in the fight against time. Some found confidence, others regret, but all remind us that in show business, age may be inevitable. Yet looking it is often optional.